welcome back to Movie Review Mom. But if this is your very first time, then yay, you found my channel. I'm so glad. I've been waiting for you. So my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific movie. And so today, the specific movie I'm reviewing is called Monster High, the movie. This fun musical monster mash is available now on Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon. It's rated TV PG and is an hour and 32 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B plus. I actually thought it was cute. Now, it's not going to win any Academy Awards, but let me explain. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, if there are any, and even recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you'll also enjoy if you like this one, and vice versa. Meaning if you like that one, you'll probably like this one. Okay, so let's dive in a nutshell. If you're in the mood for a fun musical and something Halloween-y, this is a family-friendly flick just for you. Your preteens, I think, will especially get a kick out of it. The story follows a girl who is half human and half werewolf. As she finally finds a place where she fits in, a devious plan to destroy Monster High threatens to reveal her secret identity. She must learn to embrace her true monster heart and save the day. Now, to manage your expectations, it's important to know that the characters in this movie are completely different from prior versions in this Monster High franchise. Now, I've never seen any Monster High productions since their inception in 2010. So I had zero expectations going into this. And so I was in the mood for something silly and fun, and definitely got both. There were plenty of things that I liked about this movie, specifically the cast. They do a great job, and the cast features Mia Harris, who is the star and is great. Ceci Balagot, totally adorable and hilarious. Naya Damison, Case Walker, Jai Prishkolnik, Steve Valentine, and Kyle Selig. Now, I hadn't seen any of these kids really do anything before, and so I was happy to meet them in this production. It's a lot of fun with over-the-top goofiness and fun costumes. The musical numbers are very cute with great voices, singing voices, catchy melodies in the lyrics, and energetic choreography. The movie does a good job of combining typical high school drama with monster mayhem. And keep watching during the rolling credits at the end of the movie for a few more scenes. We also get to watch the makeup department work its magic on the actors as they transform them into monsters before they start filming. So there were a few things I didn't like, despite all of that praise. First of all, I've heard that fans of the franchise are annoyed by some of the personality changes in this movie. And again, this version apparently changes them enough that people are confused or wondering what happened. And because I had no expectations and no preconceived notions of these characters, I was totally fine. Some of the lines are pretty doggone cheesy, but remember, they're supposed to be. Many of the characters introduce themselves with their preferred pronouns. Now, normally that would seem annoying and extremely woke, but it's actually kind of helpful in this movie because the characters are monsters and you're like, wait, is that a he, a she, an it, a they, or them, or whatever? And so it just made me laugh out loud. Some of the visual effects aren't that great. Again, it's not supposed to be this big Hollywood blockbuster. Sometimes it kind of felt like I was watching a high school play, you know, with more nice, expensive props and things. Some of the set pieces really do look like set pieces. But even still, you can overlook all of that because it's just intended to be fun and silly. And it is. Let me give you some tips for parents. Some of the monsters are terrible role models for your kids. Talk to your kids about those characters and their choices and how they treat others if you watch this movie together, which I highly recommend. There is some bullying that's observed, mean behavior, as I mentioned, and manipulation of characters. And talk to your kids about that and how are they able to tell if they're being manipulated or being approached by someone who's not genuine and fake, right? Some of the themes that are illustrated very well are judging others, acceptance, diversity, friendship, traditions, family, and duty to family even. Be yourself, be unique. What's inside is more important than what's on the outside. That seems like always the theme on a lot of movies for young kids. And secrets. All right, so I always write down funny lines and interesting lines and put them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. All right, so first let me share some funny lines. One is spoken by Apollo, who's played by Scotch Ellis Loring, and he's talking to someone. He says, "I'm going to miss you a lot, like an unhealthy amount." And I just thought that that was funny. And then Cleo Denial, who's played by Nye Prishkolnik, said, "Now we can be beasties online," as she's looking at her cell phone and, trying to text and connect online. And anyway, that was just kind of a little clever, funny line. And then a serious line is when Claudine Wolfe, who's played by Mia Harris, says, "This is who I am." And not just, monsters aside, that's how teenagers are, trying to figure out who they are. Are they an adult? Are they a child? Something in between, which is usually the case because they're outgrowing childhood and trying to figure out who is that teenager or adult or young adult, who they want to be, and how do they fit in the world and all of that. Anyway, so check for that. And then let me give you some recommendations for some other movies that I think are sort of similar, or at least kind of gave me the same vibe. One is called Monster High, Boo York, Boo York. Now, that's a Monster High installment in the franchise. This one came out in 2015. And so I haven't seen it, but I liked the title. But one that I definitely did think of that I have seen and I just saw it is Hocus Pocus 2. Be sure and watch my review of that one right after this one, because it's the same kind of slapsticky, goofy humor, but very Halloween-y, and a musical. Well, there are 2 musical numbers. I think there are a lot more in Monster High, but still, if you like that kind of vibe, I think you'll definitely like Hocus Pocus 2 and Hocus Pocus 1. Really, it's better than the second one, but they're both kind of fun. And then the last one that I thought of isn't Halloween-y at all, but a high school dramedy. There's comedy, and there's drama. It's called Honor Society, and it features one of the stars from Stranger Things, if you've ever gotten into watching that very popular TV series. And I just thought it did a really good job showing some of the things that our poor kids, our teenagers, have to go through as they try to figure out who they are as adults. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and supporting my channel. Be sure and subscribe and like the videos. That actually helps spread magical YouTube fairy dust all over my channel as I'm trying to help it to grow. So thank you. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.